What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got a gel swatch review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos, and let's get started. So today I am partnering up with Modelones to show you guys their two brand new lipstick series all-in-one kits. So the lipstick series is actually a set of all-in-one gel nail polish kits. And the cool thing about them is the gels come in these really interesting tubes that are actually still full-size bottles. So each kit comes with everything you need to get started with gels, and they also come with some accessories as well. So I've got two of them here. We've got the pink kit, we've got the purple kit, and they have slight differences in them. So let me just go over what is in each kit first, and then we will do the swatches of the gels, and then we'll get into the pricing, availability, and all that good stuff. So like I said, each gel kit comes with literally everything that you need. First, we have this really gorgeous zipper case that is clear. It's really good for toiletries or for on-the-go nail painting. We've got 6 gel nail polishes in 10 milliliter bottles. We've got a full-size base coat, a full-size top coat. There's a mini LED lamp. There is a cuticle oil pen, 2 mini nail files, a cuticle tool, and a nail scrubber. And then we have the slight differences with the accessories. The purple kit comes with gold and silver foils plus iridescent rhinestones, and the pink kit comes with 2 different sets of nail decal stickers. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys the swatches of the 6 polishes that are in each kit. Just a quick disclaimer, if you are new to gels or nail polish, these are gel polishes specifically, meaning they do not dry by air. You do need to cure them under an LED lamp, which like I said, comes in the kit. If you want the polishes to last, I recommend using a gel base coat, which is also in the kit, but for the purpose of my swatches, I am using a peel-off base coat, so if you are interested in seeing all the peeling action, stay to the end of the video and you will see it. But yeah, let's just get started with the swatches, so roll footage. So we'll start off with the pink kit, and contrary to its name, it's not just pink polishes. There's a really heavy focus here on more of the nudes and more kind of classic shades, the pinky shades, the red shades, so you'll see a lot of that in this kit. The first shade that I'm going over is number 12. They are not named, they are numbered, which is pretty common with gel polishes. And this one, as you can see, is a yellow undertoned beige nude cream shade. So this one ended up needing 3 coats for full coverage, but I thought it was a really great color. This is the kind of shade that I always go towards in terms of nudes, just because I feel like it matches my skin tone really well, and it applied really nicely. Even though it did need that 3rd coat for full coverage, it didn't feel patchy or difficult to get that opacity. It was just a really smooth experience. I always say Modelones is a very beginner friendly brand, so one of the reasons I absolutely love it. And also you can see I'm kind of taking my time getting the little bubbles out here because you can take as much time as you need. The polish isn't going to dry on its own, you have to cure it. So here it is, 3 coats fully cured. Next up we have shade number 11, and this is another color that I would probably classify as a nude, although it definitely leans more into the blush corally pinky territory here. It's just a very pinky peachy undertoned beige color, and again it does have that cream finish. Again, I did find that it was 3 coats for full opacity, but I was just working in really thin coats. Another thing that I always recommend when you're working with gels is you do want to work with very thin coats to make sure that when you are putting it under the lamp to cure, you're not gonna have any sort of spots that are still uncured or weren't reached by the lamp. So when you're working in thin layers, it's gonna cure everything nice and evenly, and it's gonna give you a smooth manicure that's not gonna have any lifting. So yeah, 3 coats for this one. I thought it was another really gorgeous shade. I think colors like this are really universally flattering because it really just kind of works with any skin tone. I love a nice warm beigey peachy color like this. So here it is, 3 coats fully cured. Moving on to number 10, as you'll notice I'm not going in number order here. I'm actually going backwards because I like to show you guys my swatches from light to dark, but that is just my own personal weird preference. But this shade is a super light, very cool toned pink shade that almost has a little bit of like this grayed out purple undertone. I was expecting this one to actually be another 3 coater, but it ended up giving me perfect coverage in 2. The color itself, super gorgeous. Again, we kind of have this very very neutral, almost nudie kind of vibe going on, but the color itself is just really beautiful and classic. Next up we have shade number 9, and this is a really beautiful, slightly dusty, slightly salmony, medium pink cream shade, and as you can see on application, the opacity of this was really impressive, even though, like I said, I am working with really thin coats here. I was just really impressed at the coverage that I was getting. I ended up doing 2 coats and getting perfect coverage for this one. It's just another one of those shades that's really classic. I think this kit is perfect for people who just want to have all of the classic neutral-ish nail polish shades in gel form. I think that's exactly what this kit represents. So here it is, 2 coats fully cured. The last 2 polishes in this collection are actually deeper shades. So starting off with number 8, this one is a really beautiful deep red, almost maroon shade, and it had a little bit of that jelly-like feel to it, meaning it had that sort of intentional sheerness, and I see that a lot with colors like this, but it ended up giving me full coverage in 2 coats, and it ended up feeling more like a cream, so I would say this is kind of more of a hybrid shade, somewhere between a cream and a jelly, which I like to call a crelly. I did not make that up, but it's a word I love to use. But yeah, you can see it reaches that full opacity in the 2 coats. It's that really beautiful deep red shade. You can see, side note, that I got a little bit on my skin. You always want to make sure that you are cleaning it off of your skin with a little bit of acetone or rubbing alcohol before you cure it, because that is going to hurt your skin. You don't want to do that. So here it is, 2 coats fully cured. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade number 7, and this one is another really deep shade. This one is actually what I would consider a full jelly, and it's actually a really beautiful deep plum color. So shades like this I always love, because the more coats you put on, the deeper and closer to black that final color is going to be. Because I love that purpley shade, it was almost like that eggplanty purple, I thought it would be perfect in 2 coats, and I love the way that it looked. I thought that was just the perfect amount of coverage, but if you want the color to be even deeper and blacker, you can put on a 3rd coat, and it's just a really beautiful shade. I love colors like this because you can kind of decide what you want them to be. It's almost like getting multiple polishes in one. So here it is in 2 coats, looking absolutely gorgeous. You can still see a hint of that purpliness. So here is a full look at the pink kit. Like I said, not necessarily pink shades here, more like the classic neutral nude kind of colors going on, and then we have a little bit of a pop of deeper colors with number 7 and number 8. So overall, just a really gorgeous kit to have, and a really great way to kind of expand your nail polish collection into gels. So moving on to the purple kit, which, similar to the pink kit, isn't necessarily purples, but where the pink kit kind of focused more on the nude warm shades, the purple kit focuses more on the very cool toned neutrals. So starting off with shade number 4, and this one is a really beautiful neutral gray cream shade. And this one, I was expecting this to be a 3-coater, but it ended up giving me perfect coverage in 2. I absolutely love it. I love a soft light gray shade. I think this one is so stunning. I don't think I have any gels in this color, so I'm really happy to add this to my collection. Again, just really great formula, really easy to use. Moving on to shade number 5, and this one is sort of a really soft, kind of sage green cream shade. Again, was really impressed with the coverage of this one. Definitely was expecting it to be a 3-coater, but it gave me perfect coverage in 2. Keep in mind though, I do have pretty short nails, so if you have long nails, you might need a 3rd for it, especially because with gels you want to work in really thin coats. But again, just a really beautiful neutral shade, another one that I love to see in these collections. It's nice and cool toned, so it contrasted really well with my skin, which I think is very warm toned. So yeah, here it is, 2 coats, perfect coverage for me. Moving on to shade number 6, and this one looked slightly different on the nails than it was in the bottle. I would say the majority of them though were very consistently colored bottles to the actual polishes. This one I felt was more of like a slate blue shade, and again, it did have that slight crelly-like formula going on there. It ended up giving me the perfect coverage in 2 coats, but it did look a little bit sheer on that first coat, but I absolutely love the way that it ended up. It does have that almost squishiness to it, even though it is fully opaque. Just really stunning. Next up we have shade number 3, and I honestly don't entirely know how to describe this one. I want to say it's a periwinkle, but it definitely leans a little bit blue. And then in addition to that, it also has this really soft grayed out dustiness to it. So even though it seems like a pretty basic shade, I think it's actually pretty unique and really gorgeous. Again, amazing coverage here. It was almost a one coater, but of course I did need 2 coats to get that full coverage, but the color just ended up being absolutely stunning. So I really loved it. Next up we have shade number 2. This is actually the only purple in the purple kit, but I was definitely happy with it. It's actually a very sheer purple jelly. And again, I just really have fun with the jelly-like formula. If you're careful in that first coat, you can have a nice sheer wash of color, and I think that's a really fun way to wear it. But if you do want it to be full coverage, I ended up needing 3 coats for this one, and I think the end result ended up being a really beautiful color. It looked super gorgeous on, and because I am working with the thin gel coats here, it didn't feel like there was too much on my nail. It's just a really gorgeous shade. It does lean slightly cool toned, and it does have a slight dustiness to it, so I absolutely loved it. And finally we have shade number 1, and this is sort of the navy blue counterpart to the deep eggplant purple jelly that was in the pink kit. This one is the same type of formula. It's that very deep jelly color that the more coats you put on, the more it looks like black. So you can see in the first coat, it's a very rich, deep blue shade. In that second coat, I got a nice, really deep bluish color, but it didn't look completely black on the nail. If I did do a third coat, I think it would look totally black on the nail, but I love these types of shades in 2 coats, so you can kind of see just a hint of that color coming through, and I just thought it was really beautiful like this. So here is the full look at the purple kit. Like I said, really heavy focus on the neutrals and the cool tones here. I actually really love how Model 1 split up the kit into these warmer shades and these cooler shades, and I'm sure people are going to be confused about the names, the pink kit and the purple kit, but I think that really is talking more about the actual container that the polishes come in. So yeah, overall I was really impressed with this one. I think as far as the 2 goes, I slightly prefer the purple just because I love these cool tone shades, but both of them ended up performing really well for me. So yeah, those are the polishes in both kits, and I have to say I am a huge fan of both of them. I like the themed kit idea, and I'm really impressed that they made it feel like such a luxurious item. Like, I love these soft touch lipstick bottles. I think everything about them is just super gorgeous. I love the little case. It feels really expensive. And you guys know I've been reviewing Model 1s for a while. I'm a huge fan of the brand. I think they're super beginner friendly. I think those little mouse looking lamps are my absolute favorite. I just think they're so easy to use, and they're also super travel friendly. So yeah, these kits are available on the Model 1's website. They come with everything that I mentioned, and they retail for $42.99 USD per kit. I also have a discount code. You can use the code KELLI10 to get 10% off your order there. So I will link both kits down in the description. You can check that out if you're interested. But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think of these kits? Are you a bigger fan of the pink one, or do you prefer the purple one? I would love to know your thoughts, so leave them all in the comments. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Huge shout out to my Cosmic Admirals on Patreon: Amanda M, Braxton Scott, Rainbow J, Kristen, and Jessica Taylor. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Leanne Sperry, and Leanne wants to know, when you're swatching a collection, do you paint one nail and do all the collection in one sitting, or do you paint one hand and do it over a few days? That is a great question. I've told you guys before that this is the nail that I always do my swatches on, my ring finger on my non-dominant hand. I actually generally only do that one finger just over and over again for my swatches. So just for the sake of making everything look very consistent, I always do the full collection in one sitting, and I try my best to not get up for any reason until I am done swatching the whole thing. So I do find myself hunched over my nail disc painting that one nail over and over again for many hours at once. But generally what I'll do once I'm done with my swatching is I will pick the color that I'm in the mood to wear from that collection, and I will put it on when I'm done with my swatches. So that's when I put on my full manicures. But yeah, it's always just the one nail, and it's always in one sitting. So even if I like have to get up to go to the bathroom, like I just will wait until I'm done with all of my swatches, because I like don't want the lighting to change at all. I try to make it as consistent as possible. I'm very particular about how my swatches look. I always want them to look as true to real life as possible, but also as professional as possible, just so you guys can see the actual performance of the product without any sort of outlying factors that might make it different. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. But anyway, yeah, that's how I do it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! If you made it this far in the video, hello guys. I always like to do a little bit of peeling at the end of my gel swatch and review videos, because I do use a peel off base coat for these, because like you just learned in my fun fact, I do like to do all of this in one sitting, and it takes a really long time to get off gels. So this is how I go about swatching them. So I know a lot of you guys love to see the peeling. This is obviously not what happens if you're just using a regular gel base coat, so you don't have to worry about your gels just randomly peeling off like this unless you do decide to use a peel off base coat. By the way, I am planning on doing a wear test. I want to see how long I can wear a gel manicure for with a peel off base, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!